So when you're bench pressing, there's a few things to keep in mind. First one is make sure when you're lining up the bar that it is not back here. You have the bar rolled all the way forward to the edge of the pins. From here, you want to make sure that the bar is directly above your eyes. If it's not, you're probably going to smack into the pins on the way up. You might lose your grip and drop the bar. So line the bar up directly above the eyes. From here, you can use the rings on the outside of the bar to make sure that your hands are even. Some people put their pinky finger on, some use the forefinger. If you have a shorter length arm like myself, you might just use it as a gauge and come in about an inch or half an inch inside of that ring. Once your grip is even, you want to pull your shoulder blades back and down like you're trying to put them in your back pockets. From here, make sure that the bar is not in your fingertips, but it's in the palm of your hand. So you don't want to press from here or you'll end up with a bent wrist on the way up. You want to keep a neutral wrist right here. So get that bar in the palm of your hands, right there. Shoulder blades are back and down. Feet, there's lots of tension driving into the ground. I'll go into a bit more detail on that in a moment. Unrack the bar, drop it all the way down to your mid-chest, lightly touch, press back up, nice and explosive. Steady on the way down, fast on the way back up. So that is your bench press. In terms of the leg drive is a missing component for a lot of people's bench. If your feet are loose, you're not going to be as strong. You'll often notice people, they're benching, they use a heavier weight than normal, they get to the last couple of reps where it gets tricky, and next thing the feet come off the floor altogether. Instinctively, it's what a lot of people do, but it's going to completely tank your bench press performance. Keep your feet rooted to the floor. Again, if the benches in your gym are very high or you just have a shorter leg like myself, you can put a step underneath to make sure you have a solid contact and footing with the ground. So what you want to do is keep tension in the legs at all times. You get the feet flat on the ground, or if you prefer, like I do, I come up into the toes slightly. So there is tension through the legs. I'm pushing myself back on this bench, okay? So I'm driving the feet into the ground, creating tension. That tension stays there the entire time through the bench press. In particular, as I touch off the chest and I go to push off the bottom, I really drive into the legs at that point. So there is constant tension through the legs, but in particular, as I go to press off the chest, I press into the ground with the legs. This might be a little bit challenging at the start, but once you get the hang of leg drive, it can add 5 to 10% to your bench press strength.